Alright, hey YouTube, welcome to the next part of the Wizard101 walkthrough. So last time we left off, we defeated the Water Ani and collected the shard thing. So let's go ahead and go into Krakatopia. And there we go, we cleansed the shard in the well, so now we gotta go talk back to Dorgan. And go ahead and cut ahead to her. Let's go ahead and talk to her.
You have done very well. You are very close to completing your spell. Your final task is to journey into the haunted cave. Once there, you will find a foggy clearing near the end of the street. Go to that clearing and throw the shard on the ground. You shall then receive your next reward.
Alright, so now let's go to the haunted cave and stuff, so let's go ahead and go there.
In the air.
You have proved yourself worthy, student of death. Mastery over your fear of the unknown is the first step to greater knowledge. Tell your instructor that you have my approval.
Alright, so let's go ahead and go talk back to Dorg and let her know that we went to the haunted cave and did all the things she wants, so we can go get our new spell. Now we are level 40, and we are receiving, this is a level 38 spell, so it just shows you how far ahead we are in the leveling categories and stuff. But yeah, so here's Dorg, and there's a lot of people here tonight, so I'm not sure what the affair was. But yeah, let's go see what she has to say.
You have been learning well. I am very proud of you. For that last effort, here is your new quest card.
Alright, so we get Empower, and this is actually, believe it or not, a really useful spell that we're going to be using quite often and, throughout the series. Not all the time, but it will show up from time to time. Basically what it does is you're going to take some damage, and it's going to give you 3 pips, and it costs 1 pip, so you're going to basically get plus 2 pips. Now it is, I believe, 300 death damage if I'm correct, so it is quite a lot, especially if you have a lot of damage boosts. But I do use this quite a lot throughout Mushu, at least. I don't show it much in the videos or the future videos, because they're mainly I use them in normal battles, on the street and stuff. So, nevertheless, right now, still remember we have that crafting quest that we got from I believe Toshio was his name or whatever. So let's just go ahead in the bazaar, speed up, just so you can see everything that I buy and stuff. So I have a lot of gold, so that's not the problem for me. I guess I could, last video I wanted to touch on the test realm. I didn't really get to that because I was busy talking about my internet issues and stuff, which thankfully so far has been, it's been all fine. Nothing has changed. It's been going great. But yeah, so the test realm, it wasn't Chrysalis Part 2, which a lot of people thought, was going to be the next thing. I'm pretty sure Chrysalis will be coming out shortly, right after this test realm. If I had to guess, probably mid to late March. But yeah, so there's all the stuff that we needed, so I'll give you my opinions on the test realm later on in this video. Right here, you need to go to the, I believe, equipment crafting station, if I'm correct. You need the possibility dirk, and yes, it is the equipment one. So right here, we do need 2 of these. So make sure all the ingredients, you multiply them by 2, so you can make 2 right away, and there you go. So you've got the possibility dirk, and now I'm gonna go ahead and cut to Toshio, and we're gonna give him the dirks and collect our next crafting badge. He's obviously located right here in Mushu, to the left.
I am pleased you returned. So many students are not as disciplined with their studies.
Toshio patiently examines your athames with a practiced eye. He gives a slight nod after each one.
The quality of your work is undeniable. You have passed my simple test. In time, your name will surely join those of the master artisans of the spiral. I must confess that your ability rivals my own, and now the student has become the master. I urge you to continue your journey. Dragonspire is where you will learn still greater secrets of crafting. If he still lives, Balthazar Dragonthorn was the master artisan of Dragonspire. Seek him out and humbly request his teachings.
Alright, so our next crafting quest is obviously going to be in Dragonspire, so we did get the Adept Crafter badge. Now we're going to go ahead and start the new area. I believe Shoshan Village is what it is called, so I'm going to go right here to the left this time. So you see there's Yoshihito Temple and Shoshan Village, so I know you see the oyster there. Like I said, I'll be doing those in a video later on where I'm getting all the oysters, unless, you know, the ones in the dungeon I'm going to pick up during the walkthrough. But yeah, Shoshan Village, if I had to say, I mean, it's probably the part of Musha that I dislike the most. So, other than for Shirataki Temple, which is not that bad. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk to this guy right here, who has our next quest.
What a disaster. Our treasured water is no longer pure. It's a complete nightmare. I don't know what to do. The water was always pure before. My superior will be furious. Woe is me. Perhaps he'd know what to do. Yes, good idea. You can find Dinho at the Cave of Solitude.
Alright, so he wants to go ahead and find Dinho, I believe, in the Cave of Solitude. And the Cave of Solitude is probably my least favorite area in Musha. I'm not saying it's bad, just compared to the other areas. I just don't like it that much, and you'll see the very reason why coming up shortly. So right here, yes, Cave of Solitude. Similar to the other areas, you just walk in and magically input here. And the first thing you see are a nice amount of spiders, which is always nice. And as you come up, right over here, you're gonna, as soon as you pass this first house right here, you're gonna find Mossback, which is gonna be really important. He's gonna have your first quest for you. So go ahead and talk to him.
Greetings, living creature. My brethren, earth spirits, are corrupted. Collect cursed rock from them. Bring to me.
So basically, he wants to defeat these guys right over here, these corrupted earth walkers or whatever they're called, spirits. And they are life types, so you definitely want to put in poisons, because they will have those death shields coming right at you. They also have weakness, so you're getting the best of both worlds right there. So go ahead and just get into a battle. I speed it up because overall they're not too difficult. A blade and a vampire. I think even a blade with a banshee might kill them. And I do use the empower right here. My first time using it. You see right there, 363. That's because of our damage boost. So right there, we get 3 pips though, and then a power pip right after. So now we have 7, just like that, I believe. Anyways, though, so the test realm, nothing really too, you know, major updates. But the two huge updates, and I guess one minor one, whatever way you decide to look at it, was they have this dungeon team up thing where you could basically find other players that want to do the same dungeon with you, even if they're on the same realm. So say you need help with the dungeon, you don't have any friends on, you don't want to go on Central and wait for anybody, just click that team up button, and it'll match you with people in any realm doing the same dungeon with you. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. And they said they have it for all dungeons except, you know, the Winterbane, you know, the house ones. So, no, I don't know if they mean, I haven't been to touch on myself, I don't know if they mean dungeons as in, like the actual long dungeons like Crimson Fields, what we just did, or do they also mean like, you know, like the single boss sigils like Lord Nightshade and all that. So, yeah, so right there, take out the Earthwalker, and I'm obviously going to cut the rest of the battles out because there's no point in watching them. Yeah. So right there, I got all the cursed stones. Let's go ahead and talk to Mossback.
Ah, you found it. Disturbing rock. Bring cursed rock to Hakaru Yip, friend of Earth, near entrance to cave. Help corrupted Earth spirits. my brethren.
Alright, so he wants us to talk to Hakuru Yip. Mossback is important because he's going to show up in basically every subsequent area after this. And he's going to have, you know, a nice, you know, plate of side quests for you. And you need to complete them all in order. So if you don't complete this first one here in Cave of Solitude, he will not give you one in, I believe, Kashibe Village, which is the next area after this. So you have to do them all. And before there was a glitch where if you are a life student, I believe you couldn't get your level 48 spell unless you did all his side quests. And eventually they changed that. Now it doesn't matter if you're life and you do his quests or not, because they are side quests, so they shouldn't have to be required to get a spell. And this is the main reason why I hate this goddamn area. Look at this. This is so annoying. And I get dragged in right here, and I was just like, oh my god. And I just cut ahead to I get a Dinho. That's why I talk to him.
Wizard. There are solutions to all things. We shall make the water pure again. The path set before us is a difficult one, but we must still follow it. The health of the Emperor and of all living things on Mushu depends on our actions. The Plague Oni, a powerful demon, has sickened our water and broken the Jade Scepter that purifies our shrines. We can weaken the Plague Oni by repairing the Jade Scepter. This demon is an ancient enemy. I know its ways. I have discovered the location of a piece of the Jade Scepter. It was taken by mutineers who hide in the forest. Please, retrieve this piece for us.
Alright, so let's go ahead and fight these mutineers guy. Before that, let's go to Hakuru Yip. But I leave this part in because just showing how annoying it is to navigate and how slow and patient you gotta basically walk behind these guys, but you can't get too close or they'll drag you in. And you know, I kind of mastered it by now. And right here, look, I can't go up this because the other guy's coming down. So, you know, it's just a huge mess here. You gotta just wait for the perfect timing. And it could definitely be frustrating and annoying. Especially when you get dragged in, because when you get dragged in, even when you do that escape and quit thing, it's just such a small area that when you spawn back in, chances are you'll probably get dragged back in right away. So right here, I just finally get through. I mean, I don't even bother getting that ore. Right here, I kind of, you know, just skip across, get lucky, and that's it. So, but you can see how that could get really annoying. And here's Hakuru Yip. Let's go ahead and have a conversation with him.
Ah, what's that you brought? Cursed rock from the Earth Colossus? I fancy myself a bit of an alchemist. Let's see.
Hakuru Yip takes out a strange scope and begins examining the cursed rock.
Ah, I've got it! That's your problem. This rock is filled with diseased water. No doubt you'll continue to have cursed rock if that diseased water isn't purified. Tell the Earth Colossus that the diseased water must be cleansed first. Then he can cure his brethren. Have you seen my apprentice, Bin Hua? I sent him to gather herbs in the forest over 2 hours ago, and he still hasn't returned. I suppose he's gotten himself lost again. Would you please find him and tell him to hurry back here? I think I might be on the brink of a major discovery.
Alright, so I gotta go ahead and cut ahead to this apprentice guy because he's a long walk away, so I need to show you that. And oh no, I just speed it up. Excuse me, I just speed up this walk so you guys could see the areas. These sand piles on the floor will be part of a quest later on. Here's another Black Lotus. Here's a teleporter stone that you definitely want to pick up. Activate rather, not pick up. These imps are so annoying. Like, this is another, like, you can barely see them, and when you're crossing those curves, you get dragged in sometimes. And I don't think you have to fight them for any quest. Maybe one, but thank gosh, you know, it's just annoying. So right here is the Bin Hua guy. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
Oh, I feel so sick. I was hungry, so I ate those red berries, and now I feel so sick. Can you get a healing potion from Master Yip for me? Oh, it hurts so much.
Alright, so he wants us to get a healing potion of sorts from Hakuru Yip. So, yeah. So now we have to go ahead and go back to Hakuryup, and I gotta head to him. Cause it's a long walk, so yeah. I'll see you guys right here at Hakuryup.
That Benoit, I told him not to eat those berries. They're poisonous. Lucky for Benoit, nightshade berries are not so noxious. He won't die from them, but he'll want something for the intense pain. I do seem to have the recipe for an antidote, but some of these ingredients are quite uncommon. My, it would take a fighter to get this ingredient. Take a look at me. Obviously, I could never battle a Manikai webwalker for its venom sac. It looks like a job for a wizard. How about it?
Alright, so now we gotta fight those goddamn spiders for these web sacks they contain. But I go ahead and fight these rotten mutineers guys first, so I leave the walk-ins there. So back to the test room. That was the first update with the team up, where you're gonna be matched up with other players no matter what realm you're in to do a dungeon. And the other update was now there's a dungeon recall button. So basically, if you're in a dungeon and you leave or something, or you die or whatever, you can go ahead and just teleport back to the dungeon, and it'll show you, how much time you have left before the dungeon resets, etc., etc. Which is pretty cool. It'll be helpful for a quest later on I can think of off the top of my mind. I'm not gonna mention, but so right here are these rotten mutineers guys. I speed this up, and the other little minor / major update, whichever you want to look at it, fire has been buffed. Not majorly, no, it's not like a game-changing buff, but it had two buffs. The HP for fire wizards between level 1 and 15 has been increased, and the fire elf, which a lot of people are having a slightly a problem with this, now does, instead of 50 initial damage and then 210 over 3 rounds, it does 100 and 210 over 3 rounds, which now makes it the most damaging rank 2 spell. It does more damage than even the Stormbat now. Which, I mean, it's not like too bad, even for PvP or anything. An extra 50 base damage isn't gonna do too much. So I'm not sure why though they decided to buff them. No one was really complaining about fire being having not a lot of HP, or well, they're supposed to not have a lot of HP, but and the first 15 levels, I mean, I feel like most people can get through that fairly easily. So but yeah, those were your updates for the test realm. There was nothing else really that was that important. In my opinion, it's a pretty cool. It brings a lot of, especially that realm stuff, brings a lot of changes to what people wanted. The dungeons, rather. The dungeon changes, a lot of people wanted that, so they put it in, which is great. Now everybody just sitting tight waiting for Chrysalis Part 2, and of course I have to fizzle with the vampire because I'm cool like that. So I'm gonna end off this video, guys, here with a vampire. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on part 115.